October 12, 1944. The rain-lashed underbrush of the Hürtgen Forest, western Germany. Mud clings to everything, thick and cold, sucking at boots like quicksand. Sergeant William Bill Harlan, 4th Infantry Division, crawls inch by inch through the dripping ferns, his M1903 Springfield sniper rifle slung across his back. The air smells of wet pine and rot. Distant artillery rumbles like thunder in the low clouds. You can almost feel the chill seeping through wool uniforms, hear the patter of rain on leaves masking every careful breath. No room for error. Harlan's spotter, Corporal Eddie Kowalski, whispers from cover 20 yards back. Kraut's incoming, Sarge. Platoon strength, maybe more. The Germans, elements of the 275th Infantry Division, push forward to counter the American advance, boots crunching over fallen branches, Carabiner 98K rifles at the ready. Oberleutnant Karl Becker leads them, confident in the dense woods that favor defenders. They expect sporadic rifle fire, maybe a machine gun nest. Not this. Harlan reaches a small clearing, no bigger than a foxhole. He props his secondary rifle, a captured Mauser for deniability, against the log, chambering around quietly. From his boot, he pulls a lace, worn but strong. He ties one end to the trigger, the other to a low-hanging sapling branch, stretched taut through the brush. A simple tripwire trap. Then he slithers back to his primary position, camouflaged in ghillie scraps of forest debris. Springfield scoped and steady. The trick is set. Disturb the branch, pull the lace, fire the shot. Illusion of multiple shooters. The first German scout appears at the tree line, helmet low, scanning. Harlan lets him pass. Bait. Another follows, then a squad. Becker urges them on in hushed German. Vorwärts, die Amis sind schwach hier. The lead man brushes the sapling. Snap. The lace yanks. The Mauser cracks. The scout jerks, crumples face first into mud, a clean headshot from nowhere. Panic ripples. Scharfschütze, sniper, they shout, diving for cover. Rifles bark wildly at shadows. From his hide, Harlan exhales slow, squeezes the trigger. Another German, peeking from behind a pine, drops with a thud. 2 down. The company halts, officers barking orders to flank and suppress. Machine guns chatter, shredding foliage, but Harlan's already ghosted to a new spot. Kowalski signals thumbs up, trap reset, mentally in their plan. The Germans advance cautiously now, probing with bayonets, but the forest is a maze of potential death. Harlan's mind races. Childhood hunts in Kentucky woods taught him this. Booby traps for game, now for men. The 4th Division pushes the Siegfried line, but here, in this green hell, one man can stall a company. Bullets zip past his old position. He smiles grimly. Day 1 begins. As rain intensifies, turning trails to rivers, the Germans dig in, calling for mortars, but Harlan's traps wait silent. How long before fear turns to chaos? Rain turns to sleet as dusk bleeds into the Hürtgen dark. October 12, 1944, 1700 hours. Harlan's hide is a shallow scrape beneath a fallen fir, branches draped over him like a shroud. The cold seeps through layers of wool and oilskin, numbing fingers that clutch the Springfield stalk. Kowalski, 20 yards distant in a separate depression, signals with a low whistle, 2 fingers up. Enemy probing again. You can almost feel the ache in your bones, the way every rustle in the undergrowth tightens your gut, wondering if this is the moment the line breaks. The Germans have learned fast. No more bunched advances. Small teams creep forward, using the dense firs for cover, bayonets fixed, voices hushed. Becker's voice carries faintly. Scharfschützen suchen, sucht die Schatten. Hunt the shadows. They probe with grenades lobbed blindly into likely hides, explosions blooming orange against the gray twilight. Shrapnel winds through branches. One fragment pings off Harlan's helmet like a pebble. He doesn't flinch. Breath steady. Scope fogged. He wipes it with a sleeve, exhales warm air across the lens. A German grenadier edges into view, 30 yards out, helmet low, MP-40 slung. Harlan centers the crosshairs on the chest. Squeeze. The Springfield cracks once, sharp and final. The man folds like paper, crumpling into ferns. Immediate return fire rakes the area. MG-42s chatter, tearing bark from trees, stitching the ground. Harlan rolls left, low crawl through mud, relocating 20 feet. The Germans advance on his old position, rifles sweeping. They find nothing but spent brass and broken branches. Night falls complete, no moon. Harlan resets the bootlace trap on a different sapling, Mauser loaded with 1 round. Kowalski slips closer under cover, passing a canteen and a few K-ration biscuits. They're calling for reinforcements, Sarge. Whole company digging in. Harlan nods, jaw set. His tally, 7 confirmed. The Germans count more. Fear multiplies the kills in their minds. Whispers spread. Amerikanischer Geist. American ghost. 1 sniper? Impossible. Must be a team. They probe cautiously, but each probe costs men. Midnight. Harlan's eyes burn from strain. He sips water, chews a frozen biscuit. The forest is alive with small sounds, dripping water, distant artillery, occasional German curses. A patrol stumbles close. Harlan waits. The lead man brushes the sapling. Crack. Mauser fires. The man drops. Panic erupts. Flares pop, illuminating the trees in harsh white. Machine guns rake blindly. Harlan ghosts away again, Springfield ready. By 0200, exhaustion claws at him. But the Germans hesitate now. Their advance is slow. Officers shout for discipline, but morale frays. Becker orders night patrols to hunt the sniper, but the hunters become prey. Harlan picks off 2 more in the dark, muzzle flashes betraying their positions. The company, over 100 strong, stalls. They dig deeper foxholes, string tripwires of their own, but the ghost strikes from angles they can't predict. Dawn nears, gray light filtering through the canopy. Harlan's body screams for rest, but his mind sharpens. The Germans prepare another push, mortars thump, shells whistling overhead. Kowalski signals urgently. They're massing. Harlan chambers a fresh round. Day 2 begins. How much longer can one man hold before the weight of a company crushes through? The forest waits. The ghost endures. October 13th, 1944, 0430 hours. The Hürtgen Forest lies under a shroud of freezing fog, trees dripping icy water like slow tears. Harlan hasn't slept, only catnaps between shots, body curled in the mud, rifle never far from his shoulder. The Springfield's barrel is cold against his cheek, scope fogged again. Kowalski, face gaunt and streaked with dirt, crawls close enough to whisper. They're massing for a push, Sarge. Mortars set up. Whole company, maybe 2 now. Reinforcements came up overnight. Harlan nods once. His tally, 14 confirmed. The Germans think it's a squad. Fear does the rest. Dawn creeps in, gray and merciless. German voices rise. Becker's orders sharp, urgent. Angriff vorbereiten. Den Scharfschützen zuerst ausschalten. Prepare the attack. Take out the sniper first. They probe with smoke grenades first, white clouds billowing through the trees to mask movement. Harlan waits, breath shallow. A squad emerges from the mist, 5 men, crouched low, MP-40s ready. He picks the point man. Squeeze. Crack! The man spins, drops. The others dive, but Harlan shifts, fires again. Another down. The rest scramble back, dragging wounded, cursing. The mortars answer. Shells crash overhead, bursting in the treetops. Air bursts, deadly rain of shrapnel and wood splinters. Harlan presses flat as fragments wind past. One slices his forearm, blood warm against cold skin. He grits teeth, ties it off with a rag. No time for pain. The Germans advance under the barrage, squads fanning out, using fallen logs and shell craters. Harlan relocates, slow crawl through underbrush, every movement deliberate. He sets up anew behind a shattered stump, gilly blending with debris.
A German machine gun team sets up 30 yards out, MG-42 barrels sweeping. Harlan centers on the gunner. Exhale, squeeze. The man slumps over the gun. His assistant swings the barrel wildly. Harlan fires again. The gun goes silent. Cheers from American lines echo faintly, distant GIs spotting the break. But the Germans press harder. Becker rallies them. Bayonets fixed, grenades ready. They charge in short rushes, covered by suppressive fire. Harlan's world narrows to the reticle. He drops one, then another. Clean shots through fog. The lace trap claims a third when a probing soldier brushes the branch. Mauser cracks from the decoy position. The Germans hesitate, then surge again. Harlan relocates twice more, legs cramping, lungs burning from the cold. His hands shake now, not fear, exhaustion. Ammo low, 20 rounds left in bandoliers. Kowalski signals, "They're flanking left, watch your six." Midday. The fog lifts slightly, revealing the carnage. German bodies scattered like broken dolls, some still twitching. The company, bloodied and demoralized, digs in deeper. Officers scream for artillery support. Shells walk closer, forcing Harlan to burrow deeper. A near miss buries him in dirt. He digs out coughing, rifle clutched tight. As afternoon wanes, the Germans try one last coordinated push, 3 squads converging. Harlan picks them off methodically, leader first, then the radio man, then the point men. Panic sets in. Men hesitate, look back. Becker shoots a straggler to force advance. Morale shatters. The attack falters, then breaks. The Germans withdraw, carrying wounded, leaving dead where they fall. Harlan exhales raggedly. Tally, 21. The line holds for another night, but ammo dwindles, body weakens. The Germans will come again at dusk, angrier, more desperate. One man against a company. How many more shots before the ghost fades? The forest darkens. The vigil continues.
October 14th, 1944, 0500 hours. The Hürtgen Forest is a frozen graveyard under the first pale light of false dawn. Harlan lies motionless in his latest scrape, body pressed into the mud like part of the earth itself. His Springfield rests on a small log, barrel wrapped in burlap to kill glare. Fingers numb, eyes burning from 3 days without real sleep. The wound on his forearm throbs under the filthy rag. Blood has crested black. Kowalski, hidden nearby, signals with a single finger. 1 hour until first light. The Germans are close, too close. You can almost feel the weight of exhaustion crushing your chest, every breath shallow, every heartbeat loud in your ears. The enemy has changed tactics again. No more mass rushes, small fire teams now. 4 or 5 men creep through the trees, using smoke pots and grenades to blind and suppress. Becker's voice, hoarse from shouting, drifts through the fog. "Langsam! Sucht ihn! Ist allein!" Slowly, find him, he's alone. The realization has spread. One sniper, not a squad. The fear has turned to fury. They want the ghost dead, want to see the body dragged back for proof. Harlan spots movement. 3 Germans edging forward, MP-40s raised, one carrying a grenade bundle. He exhales slowly, centers the crosshairs on the grenadier. Squeeze. Crack. The man drops, grenades spilling. The others open fire wildly, bullets chewing bark above Harlan's head. He rolls right, low, relocates 10 yards. Another shot. Crack. The assistant gunner slumps. The third flees, screaming for medics. The forest erupts. Mortars walk fire across the area, shells bursting in the canopy, raining splinters and dirt. Harlan buries his face as a near miss shakes the ground. Shrapnel slices his cheek. Warm blood trickles. He wipes it away, refocuses. Ammo count, 8 rounds left. No resupply, no relief. The 4th Division is stalled miles back, pinned by the same weather and mud that traps everyone. Mid-morning, the Germans try encirclement, teams moving wide to cut off escape. Harlan hears boots crunching behind. He turns the Springfield, spots a helmet through the ferns. Crack, down. But the shot reveals his position. MG-42s rake the area, long bursts tearing branches. Harlan crawls backward, heart pounding. A grenade lands close. Boom. Dirt showers him, ears ringing.
He staggers up, legs shaking, relocates again. Noon. The push intensifies. Becker leads personally now, pistol in hand, face twisted with rage. 20 men advance in a skirmish line, bayonets fixed, grenades ready. Harlan picks them off one by one, officer first. Crack. Becker jerks, falls, clutching his throat. The line wavers. Harlan fires again, another down. The Germans hesitate, then surge forward in fury. Harlan's last rounds, 3 more drop before the Springfield clicks empty. He drops the rifle, draws his .45. Kowalski signals desperately, "Fall back, Sarge," but there's no path, encircled. Harlan stands slowly, mud-caked, blood-streaked. The Germans close in, rifles leveled. He raises the pistol, fires twice. 2 more fall, then the clip runs dry. Silence falls. The Germans halt, rifles trained. One young Gefreiter steps forward, hesitant. Harlan meets his eyes, calm, defiant. No surrender. The German nods once, almost in respect. A single shot rings out. Harlan crumples. The company stands stunned. Bodies littered a clearing. Over 30 dead, many more wounded. 1 man held them for 3 full days. The advance is broken. The 4th Division gains precious time to regroup. In the after-action report, the Germans record it simply, "Ein amerikanischer Scharfschütze," ein Geist. 1 American sniper, 1 ghost. The Hürtgen claims its toll, but the line holds because 1 man refused to yield. The forest falls quiet. The legend begins. The ghost fades. The battle endures.